Television in the 1950s, or also known as the Golden Age of television, was an era of development and evolution of technology, and the most significant device was the television. Television has been around since the 1930s, but it was not until the 1950s when TV sets started to find their way into many people's living rooms. To be exact, it was not until 1952 when many people started to buy televisions. By 1954, 1 million television sets had been sold in Canada. One of the main reasons of this dramatic increase is because the aftermath of World War II had faded away and the economy was back in succession. TV was the first audio-visual device in which it allowed people to see entertainment and look at advertisements. It also changed the lifestyles of people as they could watch live programs right in their living rooms. Also, some people would go to public places such as bars or restaurants just to get a glimpse of a TV. Another example of how TV changed the lifestyles of people is that watching TV became a family activity in which it replaced other activities such as craft works, reading, and board games. As the number of TV owners increased, the number of radios and print media started to decrease. The first Canadian broadcast was in Montreal on September 6, 1952, and was broadcasted by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, or as we know, CBC. However, only 26% of the population had access to the broadcast. But by 1954, 60% of the population had access to these CBC broadcasts. This dramatic increase was credited to J. Alphonse Ouimet. TVs back then were very different compared to TV sets that we have today. Back then, there was no color, so it was just in black and white, screens were much smaller, and there was a much less variety to watch from. Some popular shows in this revolutionary decade were Front Page Challenge and La Famille Plouffe. However, none was more popular than Hockey Night in Canada, broadcasted by CBC. Some citizens say that this program brought people closer together as one nation. Hockey Night in Canada is a program that broadcasts Canadian hockey games in the National Hockey League. However, it's not the hockey that most people watch, but it's the intermission report called Coach's Corner featuring Don Cherry and Ron MacLean that most people watch. And they are still hosting it today. From this information provided, I hope you have realized why the 50s decade is the best decade. This decade is the evolution of TV, and I'm sure that every one of you has a TV set in your house. And of course, Hockey Night in Canada is what seals the deal.